Hey Ma, do you know what burst my bubble?
What burst your bubble, Andrew?
So I went to a funeral many years ago, and a number of eventful things happened. It was my grandfather's funeral, and Dad had this friend, Walter, and I guess when we were younger, we went to his house once randomly, and we watched a movie. You know what I mean? Like it was just kind of like, he seemed friendly enough, but he saw me and Steven, my brother, at the funeral, and we were with Dad, and he made like this offer. He said, "Oh, you and the boys need to come over, and you need to just cut." And I'm thinking to myself, although the gesture is nice, this is never going to happen. We're never going to be going over there because when Grandpa's funeral was, we were college age, we were adults, and it was a nice gesture, but this is never coming to fruition.
I have one. My mom's funeral.
I mean, and like I made a joke though. I don't mean to interrupt. People want me to let you speak more, but I mean, it would be funny for like a sitcom idea, like 2.5 Men. If me, Dad, and Steven showed up at Walter's house. Hi, Walter, we're here, and like Alan Harper never leaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we never leave his house because Walter was making the offer.
He invited us.
Yeah, come over for a barbecue one day. Yeah, this is never happening. So we go over there, we spend the night, and we just start living with them. Like a stupid sitcom. And we could call it Walter's Place.
Well, this is funny. At my mom's funeral.
Don't mention names, but yeah.
Her maid of honor's daughter.
Yeah.
Was there with her significant other.
Right.
And her significant other played for was the guitarist for a famous band in the 60s.
Right.
And, we were talking, and she says, like, he still plays with the band that the singer has since passed, the head singer, but the band still plays.
Okay.
And she said, "Oh, you got it, we've got to get together, and I'm going to text, here's my phone number, I'll text you all the information when he's playing," and it's never gonna happen.
This is never coming to fruition.
Right.
Yeah, people are making plans, but it's never going to come to fruition.
Right. And I thought the gesture was nice, and it was sweet, and it was kind, but you kind of knew everyone's life is busy, and she'll get busy with her life, and yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice gesture, but it's never going to come to fruition. And what also is embarrassing? Like when I was in college, I wasn't working at the time, and it was I think Grandpa passed around 2012. So it was after my hospitalizations, and I was probably disabled. So people were asking me like, "Oh, are you working?" And on my father's side of the family, they were saying to me, "Are you working?" And I was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm working at Cablevision," because I was very ashamed to admit that I wasn't working, and and people keep asking questions like, "Oh, so do you know this particular person who works at the office in?" I'm just.
And you get
deeper and deeper into a lie. "Oh, so you don't know him? Then you don't work there, then, do you?" And I'm like, no, I don't work there.
Yeah.
And also, do you know what also really embarrassed me? I was a late bloomer when it came to dating women. I didn't date a woman until I was about 24 years old after my hospitalizations. I'm not sure if Grandpa passed before, but I remember, people would always press me, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And I would always be ashamed. I would always be ashamed that I was involuntarily celibate and a virgin. All kidding aside, I had a lot of shame over that. I know you really shouldn't be ashamed that you're a virgin, but I really was ashamed, like really ashamed, and it really is nothing to be embarrassed about. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a lot of things that people, for instance, like weight.
Yeah.
How you look.
Yeah. I know. I think.
Do you ever notice?
I think for women it's more acceptable, but for like a guy to be 24 years old and to be to never have had a girlfriend.
No, I'm talking.
I remember I was really ashamed, and I felt really extremely self-conscious.
People don't come out and say, "Oh, hi, have you had sex?"
No, and I felt like the relatives knew. I was probably about to. Maybe it was insecurity.
Well, everybody's insecure though. I know people that are bald.
Yeah.
Always wear hats.
Right.
Do you ever notice that?
Right.
They never take their hat off. There's a show that we watch, and I never knew that the young guy that was the coffee. I never knew that the young guy in the show was bald because he always had a hat on.
Yeah.
And the father always had a cowboy hat on, and both of them are thinning, and because they're on a TV show.
So like I was insecure about not working because I felt like I should have been working like other people my age, and I also was insecure about not dating women, you know, because I felt like, you know, everybody was living life except for me.
Everybody has some insecurities, the way they speak,
Right.
the way they look, their dress, their affordability, everybody. So that is just not something, you know, to one issue. People have many issues as to why they feel the way that.
And that is what it is.